Hello everyone, my name is Gigi, double G. I'm fly away from Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand. Has anyone visited? Yeah, and thanks for having me here again. It's my second time visiting TICTeC. And today I would like to share with you our ongoing project that called DreamCon, that we try to gather and put citizens at the heart of a constitutional conversation. But before I tell you about the project DreamCon, I want to talk about the situation surrounding the Thai constitution first. Do you know how many version of constitution in Thailand? Can you guess? Just number 4? Oh, no, too less. Yeah, we have 20 versions of constitution because just in 90 years of our democracy. Do you know why? Because in our country, mostly we are under the coup, and every time the coup happens, they kind of broke the constitution and rewrite again and again. And only one constitution in our history considered to be written by the citizens. Only one, but it's now already broken because the coup happens in the last 7 or 8 years ago. Yeah, and right now, okay, and right now we are under the current constitution is written by the military coup in 2017. So it contains several undemocratic elements that affect our daily life. For example, it happened with our latest general election in 2019 and 2020. When we went out for vote and the party we select win the landslide, it doesn't get to form the government because they don't hold the power to negotiate with other party. But because the one who chooses the prime minister is the Senate, or the senator come from the coup, not by what we elect, and that make young voters doubt why they need to go to vote again because nothing changed in our country. Actually in Thailand there was a big earthquake, I think 2 months ago, and only one government building collapsed during the earthquake and causing thousands of deaths to the people. And all the citizens posed a kind of question to the government who need to be responsible for this. Can you guess what happened? They kind of refer to the constitution and said that we cannot tell you because it's a national security. It's not our security at all. And the last thing is, if you in Thailand, you can see a kind of daily evening news posting that people may commit the similar crimes, but they receive different punishment just because they're relating with some politician's figure. That's the situation happen in our country. And when you talk with normal citizens, they can observe these kind of irrational things in their daily lives. And when we try to point out that one key things that can change this thing is the constitutional reform, because we try to reset the new regulation to fit with our situation. Can you guess what they kind of put back? They said that it's not their business because we were under the coup for decades. We feel like we just follow what's written by the government, was written by the coup. So this issue is quite too big, too far, and too complicated to them. They don't feel belong to any conversation relating to this topic. And I guess it happens in several countries, even you are not under the coup as well. And even you try to be an active citizen in the country, you can be exhausting. You know why? Because actually these topics of reform the constitution happened since the last general election in 2019, when all the party agree that we need the amendment. We don't need to follow the regulation that the coup set. But because an uncertainty of political situation in our country, the process gets delayed for 6 years right now, and you need to join again and again in numerous discussions about the constitution. But there are no progress on that because one of the reasons is no effective system to kind of gathering information so we can move ahead or continue our conversation about the constitution. For example, I joined kind of a tens of a discussion group and the same topic keep repeated talked because no kind of organization or no kind of group of people collecting information what we propose or what we argue with that. So that's the situation happened in my country. So actually my team is not focusing on constitution reform, but mostly we focus on access to information. But right now we kind of come up with the new ideas that because we want to address all that issue. So we, with the support of British Nauman Foundation in Thailand, is the starting point of our project DreamCon. We come with this name because we want it to stand for Dream Conversations for Dream Constitution. After 20 versions of our constitution, we want to belong to our constitution again. We want the ownership back to the citizen again. We wanted to make this topic feel more accessible and participatory for everyone. We wanted to kind of create a system to gather the information so we can advance the conversation and use them in the future when the reform moment comes. We don't know how long it is, but we expect that we have enough resource when it comes. And we wanted to also keep the momentum alive because right now we know that a lot of people kind of tired of talking about the issue that seems to be only a dream, but seems never comes true after 6 years. Yeah, and actually what DreamCon build is just simple two things, a process and a tool. I can say that DreamCon isn't just a tech project, but it's about designing the entire deliberative process. Because so many times you join the conversation, you join the discussion, it's no structure, and sometimes you feel like a little bit waste of time because everyone say in a different way, and we don't know at the end of the day what we get from the discussion. But right now, in our quest to make the constitution more relevant, we have embraced a renowned methodology. I don't know if you heard about the future search. We don't invent it, so many countries use it. And this journey unfolds in 3 phases. First, we have designed a process to empower participants to envision the society they desire. No matter where you come from, no matter what your background, you can think about, you can decide about the society you want because our project is DreamCon, so you can dream about the future you want. And later, we will kind of a little bit dream cruncher because we will ask them to access the current state of situation. For example, we provide a consultation from the expert to see if you want to rise to information, what prevents you from that for now. And the last thing, we put them together in the groups to kind of share their dreams and discuss how to make their dreams come true with a lot of constraint in our country. Sometimes it comes with hope, sometimes it comes with a little bit hopeless situation, but we want a kind of tangible solution at the end of the process. And I think this framework offers a structured pathway to transition from the dream to the kind of evidence-based outcome. And along with this process, we think we should have developed some tools to kind of gather the conversation that happened along the process. So actually we start researching many tools and that adopt in different countries, but we chose Argument is an open source platform developed by Turkish people. It's actually stopped operating, I think, because of the funding, but it's a pity. But this tool is argument mapping tool that allows user to build tree of reasoning using support or review claims. The reason we choose this tool because of 3 main reasons. Firstly, constitution is kind of a very partisan and controversial in our country. So we would like them to focus only on the argument, the structure of the argument, not the person who making it. So we try to show, when the discussion happen, we show the mapping and point out that this is argument we need to talk on. And the second reason, it promotes reason, just like Yahweh said this morning, so many times we develop tech to kind of amplify our emotion. But right now, if you want to join this project, join this discussion, you need to provide, not only you agree or disagree with that, but you need to provide the reason why do you agree, disagree, or maybe partially disagree with this argument. So we try to make them more rational about discussing this issue. And the last thing, because it's easy when you try to structure the knowledge and we can use it in the future. And of course, we didn't just copy and paste argument. We kind of modify a lot of user journey, user interface, adopting new feature, improving it to match with the Thailand context. We just have a soft launch at the beginning of this year, so you can check it out in this URL, but sorry, it's in Thai. You can use Google Translate. Yeah, you are not our citizen, I'm sorry. And not just a process, the tool, I think to ensure this project is recognized and embraced with a diverse group of people. We know we just come up with an initiative and then provide it in the hand and ask everyone to use it. So we decide the process when we develop. This one is a co-developing process. We talk with some government agency who has a mandate to kind of engage the citizen to design a legislative process. We work with the academic institution to make sure that this is kind of support by some academic background. We also work with other CSO who already focus on this issue, not to waste their time to develop things themselves, but co-developing together. And as a small team, we are only 6 persons in our team, so we cannot operate a kind of nationwide discussion for sure. So we identify and strategize the network. We work with and to ask them to promote the adoption of the tool and the process. And to enhance our impact, we think this tool and process could be adopted by anyone, even you are individual. You don't need to start from scratch. So right now we are developing a training modules and a manual, so everyone can read, can watch some video and adopt our tool and process to use in their own context as well. And during the past 6 months, actually it's a 6 months, but tens of groups of citizens asked us to kind of help them to adopt this initiative to use in their context. But I would like to talk about these 4 significant pilot events with diverse groups. The first one, we get a contact from the parliament that they know this issue is going to happen someday in the future, so they would like to pilot the process with the normal citizen. At that time, 500 people joined the event to see what's going to be. So this is the first one. And the second one, we partner with the National Public Broadcast to invite some policymakers, journalists, and academics to join the event. This 2 event is quite, I think it's not that complicated for us because everyone is already an active citizen, so they know they have an issue to kind of propose to the group, and kind of the argument went well and very competitive, very fun because they have their own agenda in their mind. But the last 2 one is quite challenging when you need to work with students. We partner with some university to kind of do the roadshow in 4 different provinces. The thing is, some of the youth, they're born in the dictatorship decades. They don't know how the constitution works. They don't know what rights they should have to live in the country. So it's quite far away. It's very distant from them. So this is the gap that our future search approach fill. So we use a simple thing like a Lego bridge kind of painting, drawing, or some kind of plays or card games to help them imagine, try to break the walls around them and imagine what society they could have. And it's so fantastic. And we follow the process, follow the truth, and at the end of the event, we ask them to write a postcard to the future, maybe prime minister or future committee that will draft them the constitution. They will live with them. And it turns out a lot of interesting arguments come from this group. But you cannot just let them sit together and discussion because the silence will happen. But we need kind of some tools for additional approach for this. And the last one, I just do this before I fly here. We collaborate with Ministry of Justice to kind of conduct a discussion with the inmates in the prison. I don't know if happens in the same in your country, but in Thailand prison, there's a strict regulation that you can't bring any electronic device in the prison. You need to kind of have a background check before you go into the prison. So it's kind of struggling process. But finally, we made it 2 times before I come, and it's happening right now in other prison that my team operating is. The thing is, it happens to be the same because the inmates in the prison, they can't even dare to dream about their future because so many people conduct crimes that need to live for decades in the prison. So many is a political prisoner, so they kind of get the situation that make them don't dare to dream. And so we kind of develop some tools. I think my team duplicate from other country idea is called human rights guard, to allow them to kind of open their eyes that even they are a prisoner today, they can be a normal citizen one day in the future, and what they can expect from that, and let them help together how the road along this from this way to that way. And it turns out a lot of interesting argument as well happens from the inmates from the prison as well. And actually, we plan to kind of expand our group of attendants in the future, but there's a lot of things to work. And as I say, we consider DreamCons is still a work in progress. That means I will appreciate if any advice, also not for sharing today, but to open for any advice that you can offer. First thing, right now we try to create a speech-to-text feature because right now the effort, the kind of big burden comes with a facilitator when they try to show the argument mapping, when they try to adopt this tool, they still use some manual input because in Thai language, we're struggling with intonation. Even you said the same word, but we have 5 intonation. If the sounds kind of go up on the pitching or go down, it turns to be the other word. So right now we're still struggling with the speech-to-text technology. If you have experience on this, you are very welcome to talk to me. And the second thing, because right now we have only kind of hundreds conversation in our platform, so it's okay, you can see an overview of the opinions, but we can envision a future where we need to integrate maybe AI or LLM tools to help analyze and summarize some text. But it's still debatable even in our teams because we want to make it more human-centric, more humanized. But this topic, when you adopt AI and LLM, will that be too simplify every opinions that people give, or sometimes be afraid of hallucination that AI may made up a new story that don't belongs to any conversation before. And as I said, we always look out for a new partner to extend this initiative. So the kind of focus for this presentation is just sharing a new initiative and asking for help if you have any idea about that. And last but not least, you may ask who we are, why we doing this. We call ourselves WeVis, a small civic tech group in Thailand. We just started about 5 or 6 years ago, and it actually stands for We Visualize Data for Democracy. Apart from DreamCon project, we still have a kind of tools for the Parliament monitoring that we call Parliament Watch. We also do the budget tracking and the procurement data tracking as well. So because our country is very behind on access to information, not only the part of civic engagement, but we struggling for that. And actually we kind of passionate about our mission to be a part of the politics we want to create. We dream for better democracy and no more coup again. I hope so. Thank you for providing me this space, and I look forward to engaging in any upcoming conversation. Thank you.